Hi, welcome back. You are looking at and listening to Diana of Emmeline and Kate, which is a shopping group on Facebook. I specialize in Piphany clothing, which is the most affordable, comfortable, softest, best clothes ever. I just love them. I am a seller from a previous company, but I made a switch a couple of months ago and I couldn't be happier. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about why I made the switch. I think I made one other video, but I wanted to go into it. Now that I've been in the company a couple of months and can see some of the huge benefits, I wanted to talk a little bit about why it has been such a good switch for me. I was with the clothing company, perhaps some of you know it. It was called LuLaRoe for approximately 18 months, and I did quite well there. I did CQ, what's called cruise qualifying numbers, for I believe 11 months out of the 18, and I did somewhere between 10 and 11,000, 11,500 almost every other month. I think the lowest month I ever had might have been around 8,000, something like that. So while I was not a huge seller like those top 100s, I did well. So I did not leave because I wasn't doing well. I was doing really well. But I came to a crisis of conscience, if you will, at a given point. I realized that the company was not doing what was best for me and my customers. And I have a long, long history of business, have been in businesses of one sort or another since 1990, most of them being brick and mortar, but I've also been in online business. I was a platinum seller on eBay for many years. I have a fair amount of business experience in a lot of different venues, and I knew that social selling is the place to be in this day and age. In our technologically driven age, social selling is where you will make most of your money. It is a worldwide audience. If you don't know that, you've missed the boat. And there are people anywhere in the world who can open up their phone, which I have a phone case in my hand, or their computer, their laptop. They can open up that from any place in the world at any given moment and find you and decide to purchase from you. So for me, social selling on Facebook and a variety of other ways has been a great choice for the last couple of years. I left the company I was with, though, because I did not feel like they adequately served my customers. I won't say anything bad about the company per se, because that's not reasonable or wise. Why would I want to down talk or badmouth a company that served me well for a long period of time? But I came to realize that for my customers, they were not serving my customers well. And in the long run, if it doesn't serve your customers well, it doesn't serve you as a seller, as a business person, as a business owner. What I knew was that a company had to be able to supply the product that my customers wanted, because if I have no product, I have no business. And my previous company had trouble doing that. The new company doesn't. Let me tell you just a little bit about Piphany. It is a limited release company, meaning that we release every week we release 2 to 3 new styles, which are in limited amounts, but still more than sufficient to cover our needs. We sell those items until they sell through. But again, every week, 2 to 3 more new styles come along. So I may have a total of 8 to 12 styles in any given month that are all new to show my customers. In addition, in the next month or so, we're going to have a group of 8 core styles that will always be available, that will have new patterns cut every 6 to 8 weeks. A limited release means that the customer needs to act on it pretty quickly, which is great. But it also means, because of the business model, that if I have 3 customers who want a navy blue pair of leggings, the chances are very good that all of my customers can get that. That was not the case in Lula. If you happen to have sold LuLaRoe, you know that. If you've been a customer of LuLaRoe and seen one item on a show or on a website that you wanted, you know that if it was a very desirable item, your chances of getting it were about that big. There were many customers who would look for things like baseball dresses, tops, music instruments, constellations. And if I was lucky, I would get one. But even then, it might have been a small, and the customer who wanted it was a 2X, and that did not work for my customer base. In addition, speaking of sizes, one of the issues with the previous company was an inability to keep those sizes consistent. My customers could not know that if they ordered extra large in a top this week, that same top would be extra large next week. The quality control began to go down, and I did not know from one time to the next what I was going to get in sizing. Piphany is true to size. I am a true 2X. I am a plus size gal. It's hard for plus size women to find great things, affordable things, and even more importantly, to know that if I buy a 2X today, that the same 2X will fit me next week. We had styles in my previous company that I couldn't even fit into because a 3X was not big enough for me, even though I'm only a size 2X person. The sizing was so off, and that was very, very detrimental to overall sales. It was not something that I felt good about at all. So I love the fact that there is a sizing consistency and a true to size. We have an amazing designer who fits every single piece that is made on 7 different body sizes, all the way from extra small to 3X, because she knows that a woman who is a 3X is different than a woman who's small. It's not just a matter of more inches across the bust line, it's needing something to cover your tummy. Because if you're plus size, you want something to cover your tummy. This happens to be called a Prince top that I'm wearing. This Prince top was released as a 90s style crop top. And if you're extra small, small, medium, it's going to be shorter. If you are a plus size, like in my case, it's quite a bit below my waist. It's actually long enough to cover my backside and to be a great leggings cover up if that's what I want it to be. So that's important to know, that we really work very, very hard to be sure that the sizing is what it needs to be for you. Another thing, if you happen to be a business person like I was, I left the company I was with because I was exhausted. If you're looking at me, you know that I'm no spring chicken. I'm 70 years old and I got tired. There was a lot of work involved. I'm not saying there's not work involved in any network marketing business, any direct sales business, any social selling business is going to have work involved. It is not a walk in the park. Please, if you're considering a direct sales company, don't fool yourself and think that you can just hang up a shingle and people will flock to your door. That's not going to happen. But if you will educate yourself, become what we call a learn-it-all, if you become a learn-it-all, not a know-it-all, and learn all the things and apply them, your chances are pretty good that you will have success. The degree of success is strictly dependent upon how consistent you are and how good you are at what you do. I am a learn-it-all. I like to learn and I love to teach. The team that I'm building, I love to work with those people because they are as eager to do the best job possible as what I was. And when you work with people like that, you can have a great deal of success. But I got tired. I got tired of, excuse me, my nose itches there. I got tired of stocking inventory up to the tune of about 1,500 pieces in my case. I would get in a box of Carly's, for instance, a dress that we sold. I might get in a box of 25. I might sell 3, and the other 22 would go in my racks, where they would sit until I was lucky enough, if I was lucky enough to sell through. Never did that. I have pieces left in my inventory now that I had when I joined almost 2 years ago, because a lot of pieces never sell through. I do not any longer take the risk of that happening. I don't put the money up front. Piphany puts the money up front. They manufacture, they warehouse, and they ship. I don't have to put money up front for sizes or patterns of things that my customers may not want or may not be able to fit into. Piphany does that. If they show me a style and a pattern and I show my customer, the customer wants it, that's great. I put an order in, and guess what? Piphany ships it, and they ship it free. Wow. I don't have to take pictures of inventory anymore. I don't have to stock the inventory anymore. I don't have to ship the inventory anymore. That's a win-win-win-win. Win-win. How many wins can I say? More importantly, because I decided I wanted to build a team. I never tried to build a team in my other business. The joining fee was in the thousands and thousands of dollars. What a risk that most people cannot and will not attempt. And people who did attempt it, so many are unhappy now. They feel like it was a cult. They feel like they were duped. They feel like they were misled, and in some respects, they probably were. With the current company I'm in, there is a $299 investment for which you get back $250 in wholesale clothing, actually closer to $400 if you count the retail price. You have basically risked $50 max out of your pocket. And we have an amazing training program. I never got any training when I went into Lula. I had an amazing sponsor. If she ever wanders across this video, I want her to know that she was phenomenal. She has my heart. She worked really hard. I know all the sponsors didn't, but she worked really hard to see to it that I was supported anytime I needed to be supported. But nevertheless, there was still no concerted training. There was no well-organized and laid out training. We have a training program that's second to none, that consists of 5 to 10 minute videos every step of the way. How do you do this? And how do you do that? And how do you do this? Amazing, y'all. Really amazing. wonderful company, wonderful opportunity. At the very least, it's a wonderful clothing line to put on your body. Join my shopping group. The information will be down below this. Subscribe to my channel. I've only put a couple of videos on, but I intend to start doing more because I truly believe that Piphany is the women's clothing, the women's online clothing, direct sales company of the future. We are in the ground floor. There are less than 2,000 people in this company right now. We are where a lot of companies were. I wish I'd bought stock, for instance, in Amazon 20 years ago. How about you? I wish I'd been on the ground floor of almost any direct sales company. How about you? Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you next time.